Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I've got another nail design. So today's set is going to be grey themed, and it's not grey themed from my own choice. I decided to challenge myself a little bit and I took the tips I have. So I've got tips of all the gel polishes I have in my collection, which is probably over 250 by now, if not more. I keep buying more and I'm just obsessed. But I ended up deciding to take the whole set and go to my boyfriend and make him close his eyes and pick out 2 gel polishes for me. And luckily enough for me, he ended up picking a grey and a see-through kind of gel polish that has silver-like glitters in it. So they work absolutely perfect. I was worried that it was going to become so hard to create something if he picks out like a neon pink with like a super dark green. I was really worried we're gonna end up doing some crazy colors, but luckily enough for me, it's a really nice combination. Although grey is a color that I am fairly comfortable with. I know that I probably do have some kind of sets that do incorporate greys on my channel, I think, but it definitely hasn't been a color that I've been trying to shy away from at all. I've just possibly always just been picking pinks and everything because I'm just more comfortable, but grey isn't a colour that I'm just kind of like keeping away from. So I do feel like I have all these gel polishes, but I always seem to be reaching for the same gel polishes, which is why I wanted to kind of challenge myself a little bit and get someone else to pick the colours for me and make me create a set with it. So I decided to go in with a grey colour, which is from the company called Fairy Glow, and the number or shade name of this, I believe it's ANH005, and it's a gel polish I got absolutely ages ago, and I'm not the biggest fan. It feels very clumpy isn't the word, very thick. It just drags across the nail. I do have to say it levels out beautifully, but it's not a gel polish I kind of want to be using, to be honest. I found like I wasn't fully in control of this gel polish. I wasn't the happiest with it. It does have a fairly nice coverage. It is nice, but I do believe that once I'm out of this gel polish, I will not be purchasing again. Yeah, just not a big fan. But quickly going back to the video, this is the glitter that I'll be using, and I decided to sugar the pinky nail. I don't know why, but I've recently been really into my glitters, and I feel like in almost every set it feels like now, it just somehow glitters has to be involved, and I normally just kind of pick the easy route and just make one whole nail glitter. So I decided to do the pinky because I feel like it's always the easiest, and I always find it so hard to create a design on the pinky, so popping some glitter on that nail just always makes it so much easier. And now they are all out of the lamp, and we are going in with our second layer of grey. And for the second layer of grey, we are popping the grey on the thumb, the index finger and the ring finger, and the middle finger we're going to leave plain because we'll be going in with our Macart transfer foil gel and applying that instead. And the reason I did that was because I wanted a thin grey layer underneath just to work almost like a backup kind of plan, because we will be using a grey kind of foil. We'll be using like a snake print kind of design, and I decided that I wanted to put grey underneath because I am worried that if at any point an area of the foil doesn't transfer, the grey will kind of complement it still really nicely, and you won't be able to kind of tell as much that there is that gap, which is nice. And I'm pretty sure later in the video there is an area where I kind of messed up a little bit and I didn't fully transfer everything. There was a little like hole or two across the nail, and I mean, you know, if you know where it is, you'll be able to tell, but someone you just walking past them in the street, you will not be able to tell that there's foil missing at any point. And now here I'm showing you that, guys, that sparkly gel polish. So it's from the company called Venalisa, one of my favorites. And it's in the name shade name Colorful Silver. So I do find that the gel polish within this one, I feel like it's see-through, because when I start applying it onto the nail later, it appears see-through. It just has this gorgeous glitter kind of aspect to it, which is super nice. But right now I'm going in with my foil. So I know some people like to use their fingers. I am more of a finger kind of girl. Some people prefer to use silicone tools. Some people use all sorts of different tools. I sometimes mainly like to do fingers. But sometimes I like to do kind of like a combination depending what's working for me that day or what I've got to hand. But normally I do my fingers, and I often like to pop the foil straight out of the lamp. So as soon as the nail comes out of the lamp, I want to pop it on. I find it works best then. So in the video, unfortunately, I didn't do that. I came out the lamp and it was a few minutes before I actually took it and started applying the foil, which I feel like was my mistake, because when I did the other 5 fingers off camera, they came out so nicely. I took it straight out of the lamp, straight away with the foil, and it was just super, super easy, and it came off like a dream. So this one actually required a bit more work than normal. So there's a lot of scrubbing and rubbing, and the beauty is that you literally, if you pick it up and there's an area that didn't stick, you can just put it right back down, scrub over it again. Here's me obviously using my silicone tool, as you can see. So I do kind of alternate between whatever I feel like that specific day, really. But I have been told that, of course, using your fingers, you're creating heat. Your fingers create heat, so that could also kind of make the gel polish become kind of like still warm and wet again, which will then make the foil not stick on properly. So I have been advised not to fully do fingers, but whatever works for you guys, I think. You try both, try what works best for you, what you feel most comfortable with, and go from there. So we do that one. And then later on, we're going to go in with that gorgeous Venalisa sparkly gel polish. And there's also another gel polish where I've had, and I think it's beautiful. I just never thought of actually incorporating it into a design. So I'm excited to have finally used it, because it's brand new. I've never ever used it before, so that's really nice. And I'm also excited because I have invested in some Madame Glam, I think they're called, gel polishes, and I'm so excited because I watch a few YouTubers on YouTube that film with those gel polishes, and they all look so nice. And then when I went on their website, their like website has so many different gel polish like shades and stuff, which makes me so excited. So I'm happy that I've invested some money, and we'll do a haul and we'll do kind of a review and see how it all goes. As you can see right now, I'm going in with that silvery glittery gel polish. As you can see, it appears very sheer, like there's no kind of colour to it, it's just the sparkles, which is nice. This is what the set's looking like right now, and I'm going in with my glossy top coat from Glitter Bows, and I'm applying that on the nails that are done right now. So the only nails that I've done is the like snake print nail, which is the middle nail. And then once we're happy, we'll be popping those press-on nails into the lamp, and then we can start working on our crystals. So in my little pot, I have some Macart rhinestone glue gel. My pot ended up exploding, so this is my new container for it. And I'm just applying my gem glue right at the top of the nail. Like I like to call it a tiara. I'm going to create a little tiara. So I'm going in with a big crystal, bigger than my usual. I go in with a massive, massive crystal. And then I do the standard where on either side I go in with a smaller crystal. You can see my hand going in and out of frame, and that's just because I was comparing it to the other hand that I did, just to make sure that the crystals are the same. Because like I said before, I usually like to do the 5 fingers off camera first, and when I like the design and I wish to share it with you guys, I then film the other hand so that I know basically what I'm doing. And unfortunately with these crystals, they're all mixed up, and that's kind of how they came. So I had no choice but to kind of figure it out on the spot when filming this video and finding those crystals. So that's what we're going to do. I believe that I applied too many crystals here, or the wrong sizes, I think, at some point. Because I did end up taking them off, and I think the nail almost looks like it has less crystals. I think I used smaller crystals, so I do, because I didn't like how much it kind of like went around. So there we go, it changed a little bit. I used a smaller crystal. So there's that nail done. And we are also going to apply some crystals on that index finger. So for the index finger, I wanted to do almost like create a scattered look with the crystals. So I went in with 2 different sizes of crystals. One, they're both very small, I think. But one is bigger than the other, and I just picked random areas where that glittery gel polish is on that nail, and just kind of placed the bigger and the smaller crystals wherever I kind of felt like fitted right. So there's no kind of set rule on that of, you know, if you guys want to put a lot, put a lot. If you want to just do just a few, just put a few. There's no really set rule. You can also just use one size. I decided to use 2 because I thought there might be a nice little contrast between the 2 sizes, but if one is bigger than the other, especially as that nail isn't that big. So I thought maybe using super small crystals also will help it out a little bit and not make it like a bit too much. So you can see me just popping my smaller crystals into the container now. So that's the smaller ones. I think they're the smallest ones I have in my collection at the moment when it comes to the AB crystals. And they are also not any Swarovskis or any other sort of crystals. Those crystals that I use are always from AliExpress. I think I did mention in my previous videos that I am looking into actually investing in some much more sparklier, more expensive kind of crystals. I know Swarovskis don't do those anymore. I know I had a lovely comment mentioning, I think, Preciosa crystals, I think they're called. So after I got that comment, I did research them, and I am really curious. So hopefully I will be putting in an order, whether it's this month or next month, I'm not too sure, but it's definitely something that will be upcoming on my videos soon. So the index finger is now done, and we are working on our very last finger now, and that's going to be the ring finger. And for that one, I ordered another pack of those like white gem-like flowers. So I thought I really wanted to incorporate into this set. I thought it would be like a nice contrast between the grey and the whites. So I'm going in and I'm just placing a bunch of those flowers onto the nail. Looking back now, I'm not too sure if it wasn't a bit too much. It feels like this set has quite a lot going on, and popping those flowers was maybe a bit too much, especially how chunky and 3D they are. But then at the same time, some people do like when there's a lot going on. So I'm not sure whether that was the right move. But I'm just kind of placing it wherever it feels right. I was trying to do a combination between a bigger one and like smaller ones in the corners, and just kind of making it work that way. And it was such a big pain because once again, the little bag that came with all of this was mixed with pearls and what are they called? Caviar beads, those silver ones. And it was just a mess because I couldn't find the flowers I wanted. And then later on in the video, you see me struggling trying to find the little silver balls, the caviar beads, because with the caviar beads, we are going to place them in the middle of each flower. Just to create that like center piece of the flower, especially as some of them have like a not so nice looking middle bit. So it was nice to fill it in. And of course, also with those caviar beads in that little pot, there were so many different sizes. So I was struggling to find the one I wanted because I didn't want to put too big of a circle in there. I wanted to put like a nice petite kind of caviar beads. So it was kind of hard. I'm not too sure how I'm going to use those pearls in there. I do find them quite a big of a challenge actually to use. I cannot imagine what I could do with the pearls, but maybe one day you'll see a set with those. But until now, I thought it through because I feel like they look absolutely beautiful. But right now, I have no idea. Maybe soon. I'll figure something out. Or if you guys have any sets you've seen with pearls before, let me know as well. I'd love to see them and get some inspiration, or maybe we can recreate a set, because I am also very happy to recreate sets. So if you guys have any sets that you guys would love to make but you don't know how they were made, pop me a message on Instagram, TikTok, or I don't know if you can do it in the comments or on YouTube somehow. I would love to see them and recreate them for you so you guys can make them yourselves too. So as you can see right now, I'm just popping those silver beads in the middle of these flowers. And then once I'm happy, the whole set is going to go finally into the lamp. And then once it's out, we are going to apply our top coats once again. So we only have 3 nails to top coat. And we are once again using our Glitter Bells top coat. The fun was super easy to top coat. And you could say that the ring finger was also fairly easy to top coat. But when it comes to the index finger, oh my lord, guys, I struggled so much. I can definitely guarantee you that probably all of those crystals are covered in top coat, which is not ideal whatsoever. But I found it so hard. And, you know, you can go in with a nail art brush and stuff, but this is just for the sake of the video. I just wanted to show you guys how to recreate one of these designs. So it's not like I'm selling this set or anything. So it was just for all of you guys. I didn't have to be too crazy perfect. But if you guys are doing this for a client or for also press-on nails, do try and avoid those crystals as much as possible, especially if you are not using real Swarovskis or Preciosas or any other sort of crystals, because you will really dim them down, and especially when you're using AliExpress kind of quality, because of course they're already not as sparkly as it is, and then if you're going to put some top coats on them, they will kind of dim them down and not make them as nice as they were in the first place, which is not the best. I wish it was the other way around. I wish you could just apply top coat all over them and they would just be as sparkly, if not even more sparkly. That would be even nicer. But unfortunately not. So this is the last nail that I was kind of trying to work around, apply the top coat, and then we can pop the whole set finally into the lamp, and then we can finally show you guys some results. So I have a clip here in the moment of me actually wearing those, so you can see what it looks like on the hand. In just a second, here we are. So this is what it looks like on the hand. I thought it would be nice to pop it in so you guys can actually see what it will look like on the hand, because I do feel like sometimes it looks a bit different on the box compared to in the hand. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.